to hashtag just saying. What?
No, there's something on the screen.
Oh, don't start. Don't start. I can't handle that. I'm not in frame. Maybe that's what's on the screen. The fact that I'm not in frame. So,
It came with the frame?
It came with the frame. So welcome back, and it's a pleasure to have you
Welcome back.
Sitting in our laps of conversation.
Ooh.
I know. I've had a rather dull week. I guess that's what happens when you don't leave your home. I'm okay with it. I don't mind a dull week. Especially after losing my pants in court last week.
You got to keep them on now.
I get to keep my, well... I was working from home yesterday and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wear sweatpants. I'm going to wear sweatpants. That's my life. So it's the height of summer. How is summer treating you? I mean,
Warm,
aside
cold.
from the tree that fell on your car. Sight? Yeah. I gave up trying to get any kind of plumber or what have you here, HVAC guy, because I wanted to get a pricing on Central Air. And I've given up. I don't know what that was. But I've given up on that because nobody wants to do anything.
Right. Especially here.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Bad for you.
I think I live in a vortex. I live in a vortex.
You're in your own Bermuda Triangle?
I think so, and people just get lost. They're like, well, I tried to find you. I tried to call you. I don't know what happened.
It's not lost. It's I don't want to go.
I mean,
stay away from there.
A friend of mine has somebody who's willing to come by. Excuse me, but I have to wait until the fall. Because during the summer they do maintenance on all their clients. And I'm like, if you have to spend the entire summer doing maintenance, how good is your work though?
Right.
Like, I would question that a little bit. But I don't know anything about the systems, so I think I wore this shirt last week and now I'm embarrassed.
I think within the past 5 episodes you probably wore that 3 of them.
It's a wicked comfortable shirt. Wicked comfortable. Paid. You did. Yes, you did. Kelly says yes, I did.
Thanks, Kelly.
Kelly.
No.
Always holding my feet to the fire, aren't you? Accountability shall not escape me.
That's what sisters are for.
Yes. So... just prior to recording, she sent me a nasty text because, no, it wasn't nasty per se. It was, because one of my most hated textures is wet bread. Nah, he knows. Wet bread is disgusting.
We always feel that way with the Christmas Story.
Oh, and A Christmas Story when Randy knocks his milk onto the toast?
Yeah.
Oh, I gag every time I see it. My mom still has not seen that full movie. She promised me... Yeah, and wet bread sucks. I know wet bread sucks. I know it. My mom promised me last year she was going to watch it, and she did not. I said, you watch Christmas Story? You have 24-hour chances to watch. She didn't bother. Nope.
All right, hold on.
Yep.
Is there a DVD player in the house?
Of course, yes. They don't really bother with it, but yeah, they have one.
I think I have about 4 copies of it.
I am not bringing.
One of them, you can give her one.
I am not going to bring. She won't watch it. It'd be at a loss.
My dad's similar that way.
Yeah?
I've gotten him a couple of DVDs of movies that he used to love. I don't think he's watched any of them.
I buy my dad DVDs for gifts and they sit in plastic. I'm like, what?
He used to love the, he loved Police Academy 2. I got him that.
No.
Actually.
Yeah,
I think I got him the dual pack that had part 2 and part 3.
Okay.
I don't think he's watched that. What was the other one? Leslie Nielsen when he's a cop.
Naked Gun?
Yes.
Or Police Squad?
Actually, both.
There you go.
Actually.
Actually?
I got him those. I don't think you watched those yet either.
I'm not really in frame. I'm listening to you.
Get in the frame.
You know what? I don't need to be full on frame. I don't need it.
Well, yeah, my dad's that way too.
Yeah.
I'll get him movies that I would feel he enjoys
Mm-hmm.
or he loves. Go ahead and watch it again. No, thanks. Appreciate it. And it just sits on the shelf.
That's my knee that popped. Did you hear that?
I thought maybe the chair moved.
No, it was my knee.
Table moved.
That was my knee. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, so I hate wet bread. And she sent me a photo of like this, I don't know if it was a mix or what the hell it was, but it was like this hot chicken sandwich thing. It was basically like when we were kids, my mom would like use every bit of the turkey, right? So she'd make a soup, we'd have turkey, and then there'd be like what she called hot turkey sandwiches, which is the turkey in some weird ass gravy, and then they like put it on bread, and it's disgusting. Disgusting. I have nightmares about it. It's gross. I don't know.
I'm waiting to see that next thing Kelly says now about that.
Oh, well, she hates it too because she texted me the thing and she goes, "Oh, I saw this. I almost gagged." I was like, "Yeah, me too. It's disgusting. I hate wet bread." Man, it just I don't like it. No, sir.
Like
no, sir. I don't like it. No, I don't. No, and I think when I was a kid, I even tried to get crafty, and I said, "Well, can I toast my bread before you put that shit on there?" I couldn't say shit, but I was thinking it's shit. She sent me the vomit. You can see the vomit thing, just like the vomit emoji.
Oh yeah, I see the green.
Yeah. I said, "Well, can I toast my bread?" But toast cannot stop this thing. Like it turns it soggy. It's disgusting. It's gross. Wait. Okay. Well, we had a hiccup. I don't like hiccups, Sean.
Me neither.
Now I gotta keep
At
an
least
eye.
the real ones, I know how to take care of that.
No, I gotta keep an eye on. I'm gonna be cross-eyed by the end of the show. I gotta keep an eye on both screens.
See, I got a cure for the hiccups. Real ones.
What?
Get a glass of water.
Yeah.
Take a paper towel and put it over it. I know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it works. And then drink the water through the paper towel.
Oh God.
And then they're actually gone. Actually, they're gone.
But now you're touching a wet towel to your mouth.
It's better than wet bread.
No, it's on the same level. It's so I don't want that moistness. I don't want that. No, I don't want it. It's gross. I'm sure it does. I tend to I do that little trick where you just drink until you're about to vomit. I just like blah, 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 blah. And this keeps messing up, and I don't like it. I know. Well, you know what? All you can do is your best in this world. It's funny, we had that conversation pre-recording, and now everything's going to shit. Yeah.
Wouldn't be our show if it didn't happen.
So I was thinking today, because I asked you how summer's treating you, I was thinking today about just summer activities and when you get out of school and you could actually enjoy the summer for a minute. You know, when you didn't have the responsibility of having a job.
Good old days.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't have the responsibility, but you wanted the money.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
So saying, Mom or Dad, I borrowed $20.
I borrowed $20. You can't use the word borrow because that intends pay back.
Yeah.
I used to say that to a friend of mine, a broke ass friend. Every time he'd be like, hey, can I borrow like $10, $20? Borrow means pay back. Are you actually gonna pay me back?
Actually?
Because I don't think you are. Okay. Thanks. This is funny. That same friend called me earlier this week, And he goes, "Are you working from home?" And I said, "This happened to have been a day I was working from home." And I said, "Yep." And he goes, "Thank Christ." And I was like, "Okay." And he said, "I have so much to tell you." And I went, "All right." No shit, he did. He talked for 45 minutes straight.
Wow.
I mean, I was like, wow. And he's getting officially married. He's already married. They're doing another wedding next month. Yeah, they're doing another wedding next month. And I'm going. Oh, that was my knee. I'm going because I was told it was an outside affair. And so I'm going to be outside. I asked him to... This is horrible, but I was like, can you keep me away from people? Like, seclude me away? I want to be sequestered in my own little corner. So he goes, okay. Think I can handle that. So I said I would go, and I'm going to wear a mask. And because I don't know what everybody else has going on. But apparently his bride has a family member who basically wants he wants to see everybody's vaccination card. Sean made a little
So you gotta check in and show ID as you walk in the door?
I think that's what he wants, yeah. Now I am vaccinated. Is
he gonna make a small copy machine there? You got to photocopy each one so they have proof?
No, I mean, I am vaccinated. My friend knows that I am vaccinated. I said, we'll just call him Marvin, because I don't remember. I feel like that was his name. I should call him Jeff, because he sounds like a fucking Jeff. So, fucking Uncle Jeff is on this thing, and he's like, well, you know, people should show that they're vaccinated, whatever, if they want to come to your wedding, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, we're not going to force people to do something that they may not want to do. And, you know, if people are going to get the vaccine, they're going to get the vaccine. And some people can't get it for whatever reason. And all this stuff. And then I was like, and then he goes, I want to tell you all this. He's like, do you think I'm wrong? Because basically he told this guy, shut up, it's not your wedding. And this has caused like a huge rift in her family. So there's a huge, I mean, I'm not talking like, it's a seismic rift. Like a fault line has, and so he goes, do you think I'm wrong? And I said, no. I said, I don't want somebody, you know, while I'm trying to get in, being like, I need to see your vaccination card. I was like, what business is it of his? I said, if he wants to keep safe, tell him to keep away. Go over there, like I asked you to do with me. Keep me away. Keep him away. And he goes, and then he's like sitting, we were talking, he goes, God help him if he goes table to table and starts asking people about their vaccine and stuff. And I said, oh, I want Uncle Jeff. I want Uncle Jeff to come up to me. I was like, can we make this happen? And he goes, I don't want that to happen for you. And I said, no, I want this to happen. I was like, because I'm not going to cause a scene or anything because it's your wedding. And I'm going to respect that. But Uncle Jeff's going to get a earful from me. So me and Uncle Jeff are going to rumble.
Let's talk out back.
Yeah. Rumble in the country club.
Next thing you know, instead they're going to try to come to an agreement and say, all right, all these tables over here for vaccinated, all these over here for unvaccinated.
I don't care. If that's what he wanted to do, if that was his thing, then I'd be like, that's fine. I don't care.
You get some masking tape and put it down the middle of the dance floor.
Oh my God! Did you share a room with your brother when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You did? Did you do that? The masking tape on the floor? Like, stay on your side of the room.
No.
You didn't do that?
We had bunk beds.
I feel like my sister and I did that, but I'm not sure. If we did,
Did it happen? She can tell us right now.
If we did, I feel like my bed was on the side of the door, so I'd been like,
I want to hear this.
You can't leave. You can't leave. So, you know what? Sean and I have been talking about a new studio space, and
Bam. What's it say?
Yes!
Thank you.
Sean and I have been talking about a new studio space. I may have to figure
I
out
love
a
these
way.
interactions.
I may have to figure out a way to patch Kelly right through so she doesn't have to text. Oh, but you just gave me mad flashbacks of that. Be like, stay on your, don't cross the tape. You need to ask my permission. I need a written form if you want to cross over here. Jeez. So I don't know. I'm hoping Uncle Jeff comes up to me. I want it. I want it to happen. Jay doesn't want to go, but my nephew does. So I said, you might be my +1. That would be nice. Okay. So there was that. I don't know how I got there. How did I get there? Oh, because he spent 45 minutes. He spent 45 minutes talking to me about it. And I was like, okay. And then you know that thing? It's like when nobody ever calls me except when I'm on the phone. Like, I was on the phone with him trying to put out his fires, and I get a phone call from a friend of mine, and I'm like, that friend never calls me. Why are they calling me now? And I was so nervous, and I was intrigued, but I couldn't pick up because I was dealing with something else. Let me tell you, this is actually kind of amusing. I got a text the other day from a friend of mine, and she
You have a lot of friends right now.
not as many as you'd think. Not as many as you'd think. But she has 2 little kids, and apparently she had tickets to the Billy Joel concert in August.
Sweet.
Well, they didn't have a babysitter, so she texted me and she's like, "Do you want to go to Billy Joel with me?" And I was like, now part of me was like, "Oh, Billy Joel," but another.
I know what the other part is.
What's the other part?
Your anxiety being around the crowd.
Anxiety being out in the crowd, and I'd have to go into Fenway. This is a Boston concert. It was Fenway Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I mean, you either drive or you take the train. So I told Jay, I'm like, because he kind of works for the train. So I said, can I ride for free? And he goes, yeah, if I'm with you. And I said, oh, would you mind coming and waiting outside? I'm joking. He goes, but he looked at me and he goes, what is there to do around there? I said, nothing that you will enjoy.
Research some of the stores.
No,
Is this during the day or the evening?
Well, I mean, I think it was an evening show. It would be an evening show, but here's the kicker, right? So I waited one day to verify my own personal schedule, and then I wrote her back and I said, "Yeah, I'll go with you, no problem." And the next day, because I wrote her back at night, and then I woke up and I had like 4 texts from her, and I'm like, "Oh,
It was nightmare." I said yes.
I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." So she goes. She goes, don't think I'm an asshole, but yesterday, like, it was almost simultaneous. I had written her back, and then the person who they had asked to watch their kids ended up being able to watch their kids. So she's like, he can watch the kids now, so I'm like, you know what? It's not a problem. Go and have fun. So I got invited, and then I got disinvited. Which has never happened to me before. I was like, I've never been disinvited to something. But I'm okay with it. Because there's nothing an introvert loves more than canceled plans. As Jay would say. Canceled plans are a joy. And I didn't want to be in the COVID fest anyway. So, I was all set. I was like, you know what? I was nervous about that anyway because of the I'd have to wear a mask and do all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. Put myself in a bubble.
Hey, you want this? No, in second thought, I want
I know.
mine.
I mean, I didn't. Things happen. I was like, it's fine. I don't care. But it was just funny because she's like, I need to rescind your invitation.
I need to retract.
Yeah, I'm retracting your invite. So, what I'd like to know is...
Cancel.
I know. Cancel it. What I want to know is, why does my phone remember everything that I look up? So, like, if Jay and I... Because Jay and I talk about a wide variety of topics, and one time we were talking about... I don't want to make this a serious thing, but we were talking about the Holocaust. Which I'm not joking about, by the way. And there was something in relation to that I wanted to look up with the Nuremberg trials. So I Googled it very quickly. And, like, for some reason, for weeks afterward, my phone was like, would you like to know a little bit more about this? Oh, and then, I'd be on Facebook, and it's like, oh, hey, there's all these Netflix things you could be watching about Hitler. It's like, no, I don't want to watch Hitler. But, so my phone can do that. But if I try to write fucking...
Ducking.
Thank you.
Yep.
So,
ducking.
The phone can learn how I shop, but it can't learn how I talk. Because there's nothing, and it did it to me the other day, and I was going to leave it.
Sometimes it's funny to leave it.
But it didn't really make sense in context. It's like, oh, with the ducking soup.
Duck him.
It's like, oh. Can it can't, remember that I use that word quite a lot. It's like, no, we're going to change that. You must mean ducking. That's what you mean. You mean ducking.
I'm trying to edit you.
Yeah. My iPhone's trying to make me G-rated. And it's not working. Bastard.
Gotta fix that. I gotta make this R-rated.
Nope. Nothing. So, before we get too far out, for the video folks, you can listen to the entire show on... Hang on, Joe. I'll get them all in. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, or whatever it's called now. Spotify.
Look for us and spot us.
Audible.
Yeah.
And, as of this week, apparently... Oh, and we're on Anchor.
Drop your Anchor and listen.
Sorry, I almost missed that one. Because Kelly hates them so much. But try Anchor anyway, I don't know. And as of this week, according to Joseph, we're on Amazon Music. You got nothing for that, right? Well, it's new. We'll give you a week. Maybe you'll have something next week.
Well, Amazon's logo is a little smiley face, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm smiling at you.
It's a smiley face, and if you notice, the arrow goes from, the smile is in the shape of an arrow. It goes from A to Z, because they claim they have everything from A to Z. Mm. Yeah, that's a little logo thing for you. Yeah.
You'll find us between A and Z.
You'll find us between A and Z. Yeah, under H, I think. Throw it under H. Now, quick question, because you live, where you live? Earth. Well, I don't want to give the town away, because, I don't know. So, but where you live, you are accessible to what used to be the Marshfield Fair. Are they not doing the Marshfield Fair anymore?
I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard anything? Well, I was doing research for... I have a second podcast because I don't like free time. And...
I don't like extra time to watch my British men.
Oh, my poor British men! They
want more quality time with you.
I have, you know what? My mom hates when I do this, but I'm gonna have to put a pin in the fair story, right? Because I have to tell you this other story. So Jay and I have been watching this show called Schitt's Creek, right? It stars Eugene Levy and his real-life son, Dan Levy. Dan is a co-creator and writer. It's actually a funny show.
Cool.
I started watching it. None of the characters are likable. Really, but
Did you have another show like that recently?
yeah, Benidorm. Yeah. Oh, you don't feel good. You don't feel good about any of these people. You just and it. Oh.
You just want them all dead?
No, I don't want them all dead. But I do want them to get sunburned. Because it's about vacationing in Spain at this luxury hotel in Benidorm, Spain. Anyway, so it's called Schitt's Creek because that's the name of this town that they live in. And I don't want to give away the whole premise. I don't want to give anything else away. So my mom was sitting there complaining. You know, there's nothing on TV. Nothing. Your father and I watch nothing.
Oh my god.
This will be the episode she watches, by the way.
Yeah, let me skip a couple and I'll start with this one.
Let me go.
This other one has a two-parter, so I'm just going to go with this one.
Yeah, let me go around. Oh, it's two-parter, by the way, because we had a huge technical difficulty in the middle. But anyway. So she's like, your father and I just don't know what to watch. And I said, well, Jay and I are enjoying this show called Schitt's Creek. And she goes, what is that? Oh, I can't read you.
All right.
Message retracted. I don't know. Are you taking Oh, because you took messages away. Thanks. It's yeah. My dad will put on Cupcake Wars in a minute. And then try to entice my mom being like with whatever else it is, and he'll go, well, it's either this or the Cupcake Wars. I don't know how many shows Guy Fieri has, but he has too many. Because he's on TV every time I look at it.
So he's the updated Gordon Ramsay?
I guess. So anyway. So I said, well, Jay and I are watching this show called Schitt's Creek. She said, what is that? And I said, well, it has Eugene Levy in it. I knew she would know who that is. So and she did. She goes, oh, okay. And I said, and his real life son, Dan. And she said, oh, okay. And his daughter is in it too. Ooh, wow. And then I said, it's called Schitt's Creek because it's the name of the town they live in. These rich socialites end up losing all their money, and the only thing the government lets them keep is this town he bought as a joke. He bought the town because it's called Schitt's Creek, right? So they end up being able to keep that town, and they go and they live there. And my dad is in the kitchen, and he hears this, and he's intrigued, so he comes closer. And he's like, okay. He's nodding his head like this might be an acceptable viewing thing.
So the hearing aid's on and up, right?
Oh, well, he could hear me. He could hear me enough.
All right.
So he's like, oh, well, okay. And then, unfortunately...
I heard you talking about this show. What's this all about?
So he was listening, and then I accidentally ruined it. As I have a way of doing.
Now you're up Schitt's Creek.
Then I was up Schitt's Creek. So, in the cell, I went too far. I mean, you know, when you do sales, you got to know when to back off. And I didn't know. I took that extra step.
Come on. You've been in retail for years.
I know.
You should know.
I know. I had the pigeon in the carriage. And I had to take it one step. And I said, oh, you know who else is in it? Chris Elliott. And my dad went, oh. And then he said, that's unfortunate. And I said,
he's still around?
Yes.
I haven't heard about him in years. Probably since like the late 90s.
Oh, God. He's still not funny. Isn't that amazing? He's still around and he's still not funny.
Wow.
I didn't think he was ever funny. And
Yeah.
that was my dad's thing. He goes, that's unfortunate. And then he said, because Chris Elliott's dad used to be in comedy. And he had a comedy partner and they had a whole stage show. And he goes, I really liked his dad. Too bad he couldn't get funny from him. I said, well, the things we can't get from our parents, right?
The funny gene didn't leave Dad.
No. Now,
He kept it all for himself.
Now, ever since we've been watching this show, and this kind of ties into the second part of our show tonight, a little bit. Jake says, hey, did you watch that show he had on Fox? I said, Oh, you mean Get a Life? Do you remember that show? Get a Life?
Sounds familiar, but no.
It was Chris Elliott. I mean, he must have been about 40 when he was doing it. He lived at home with his parents, and he was a paper boy. That was the premise of the show.
Paper boy.
But it was his real life dad. Oddly enough, it was his real life dad on the show. And it was stupid. Stupid! Oh, it was bad. So now Jay has been obsessed with trying to find Get a Life. Because he goes, I watched it. Hi, Daisy. Just come right in. So he goes, I watched it when it was on. I said, yeah, I tried to watch it. It was just a bad show. And he said, I want to know if I'd hate it as much as an adult. Oh my God, I remember just said, I don't know I couldn't get that.
Resend!
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 I couldn't move. Daisy was all up in my area. Sean and I, now I'm back in frame. Sean and I were talking about a new studio space we're going to be building soon, and Sean, you'll be happy to know that I plan on having a much bigger monitor so that you might actually be able to see the comments when they come.
I was thinking about that a little while ago.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we can try to hook it up to a screen like this.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'd like a
side by side.
I'd like a good size screen. That's what I want. That's on my want list.
So it'd be like a computer screen with a built-in camera or something. Do it that way.
I need to talk to my tech guy. The tech guy will tell me everything I need to know.
That would be cool.
But I would like a better setup. So, for those who've been complaining,
Joseph,
that the audio is not as good as you would like it. Hopefully we can have that changed within the next month. And you'll actually be able to hear it, actually, without turning the TV up all the way. Joe goes, sometimes I gotta turn my volume up all the way to hear you guys. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Oh, he's been here. He knows what goes down. He knows the behind the scenes.
Yeah. So we told the video people where to listen. Now let's tell the audio people you can listen. You can watch. You're already listening.
Keep listening, mother.
Keep listening, but when you're done listening, you can watch the first 30 or so minutes on the YouTube. Yeah. And as Joe would tell you if he were here, like, comment, subscribe. And somebody better get the movie comments, the movie quotes that Sean's been doing. Because my sister's pulling up all the slack on that one. I am proud you've not stumped her yet. Kelly's like...
I gotta stop thinking about other movies.
She's like 3-0.
Oh, she's about to be 4. For someone like us, how is she not gonna get the one I'm gonna do tonight?
I don't know the ones he's gonna... She's laughing. I don't know the ones he's gonna do before he does them because he doesn't tell me. So I don't know. It's a mystery to me as well. Oh my goodness. So, to make my mom happy, I'm gonna take the pin out of that Marshfield story and put it back in. So, the reason that I ask is I was thinking about summer and research for this other podcast that I'm doing, as I hate free time. And you all right?
Yeah. Almost got that out.
I'm not gonna. When we get the new studio space, I'm not gonna have a rug, because I am gonna put a subfloor down, but I don't want to. I'm not getting a rug.
Put a tarp down.
I should put a tarp down. That way you can do all you like over there. So and then we'll probably be actually at the same table. Won't that be interesting? I don't know how that's gonna work though. I was thinking about an oval table, and then I don't know. I gotta pop my knee. I'm sorry. I've noticed as I've gotten older, it pops so much more.
Yeah.
It's popped about 4 times in the amount of time that we've done the show.
You popped a lot in the past 6 months.
I popped quite a bit. So in doing prep of this other thing, I was sad to find out that the Brockton Fair isn't opening this year. Now, the Brockton Fair, anybody who doesn't know, is a fair. That takes place in Brockton, and it has rides and games and crime.
Along with some prizes and food.
I shouldn't say that. Take away. When I was a kid, there wasn't as much crime, so less crime. A little.
Times changed.
Less crime, a little more fun. You need a table. You know what? I need my IKEA buddy, and well, I don't know, because I was gonna say, my sister's gonna visit soon. I don't go to IKEA by myself. Have you been to IKEA?
I haven't been there in a long time.
Oh, it's madness. It's maddening, and it's madness. Yeah, I'm very uncomfortable. You know what I like is my sister's confidence when she buys one of those flat pack things, and I'm like, that's a big I can get that in my car. Really? You're gonna have it sticking through the windshield?
There's this one thing I like about IKEA.
What?
One of the commercials.
They have commercials? I don't think I've ever seen an IKEA commercial.
You don't remember the one with the husband and wife? She comes running out of the store because she saved money. She thought she robbed them. Like, stop the car! Stop the car! She thinks she's like getting away, like she just robbed a bank type of thing.
All right.
She's running to the car, yelling at him, "Stop the car!"
With a plate full of meatballs. And maybe a cinnamon bun down her shirt. I got the buns!
What's that?
Oh, yeah. She said it's September. She's coming in September.
Do you have any guests yet?
Maybe.
on?
Maybe. You know what? By then, we might have the space already, and
ooh.
Well, because it's.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I need your youngest to help me with a few things. So now. Anyway. So.
Tell her to get on it.
Brockton Fair, less crime when I was a kid, but we would go. Are you big on, like, rides? I can't imagine being afraid of heights and you being like, let me get on that ride.
Rides that don't go up, okay.
So you have to around. So you're around. You're a round rider.
Around somewhere.
You're a round rider.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the Brockton Fair once with my aunts and my cousins. And my aunt, somehow, because I am not a ride person, my aunt somehow talked me into going onto the log ride with her. Do you know what the log ride is? I think they call it like a flume ride other places. Okay, well, let me set the scene for you.
Picture this.
Picture away. Basically...
Paint it, Bob.
It's a roller coaster, but you're in a tree, and you go...
Keeler elves.
And you go down water and shit. It's like a water roller coaster.
Kind of sounds fun.
You would think, but you get wet. Because there's water.
When I was little, I went on Splash Mountain.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
They're getting rid of...
I was nervous about that
yeah?
at the time, because even though you're on a train,
yeah,
but you're going around the mountain when you come.
Be coming around the mountain. I'm surprised. There must be a song for Splash Mountain.
I did that.
Disney puts shitty songs on everything.
I did a log ride.
Yeah.
But you actually went up. Like, yeah, I was losing my shit.
I bet.
My whole family in the car, in the log, but when we came down, I was like, whee! And yes, we were wet.
Yeah, I mean, you get wet. You get wet. But that was the first, like, ride, and I was like, oh, I don't like this.
The train ride was pretty much the closest to a roller coaster I went on.
They're
I didn't mind it.
Actually, they're getting rid of Splash Mountain, I think. Because it
You want to put something stupid in there?
well, I mean, they're getting rid of Splash Mountain because it associates with the characters from Song of the South. And that is actually a banned film.
It's like a Blazing Saddles type of thing?
how can I say this without saying it? It's for its time, even for its time, it was not
Politically correct.
Appropriate. Yes. So there's that. So they're getting rid of Splash Mountain because, and I mean it in a way that kind of makes sense to get rid of it because it's not like little kids run around going, "Oh, can we watch Song of the South?" Because you can't even get that movie. Disney has completely wiped that off. I mean, you could probably get a bootleg of it, but you can't buy Song of the South because no, very southern, yeah, very southern like Huckleberry Finn-esque kind of situations, and it's like that's a bit cringe. But in keeping with that, Sean,
Tara.
so they're replacing it with some sort of Princess and the Pea ride or something. Yeah, I know.
The princess has to pee.
Yeah, I guess. So,
God.
but I mean, today I found out that you know, and this is going to be a polarizing thing. So, however you fall is, you know, is how you feel about it. But the Cleveland Indians are changing their name. As the Washington Redskins did last year, the Cleveland Indians are changing their name. They will now be called the Cleveland Guardians. I want to know what they're guarding. Because from
new name.
From the pictures I've seen of Cleveland, it seems kind of trashy. Are you guarding the garbage? But I've never been there, so they can have it. But I thought, you know, what will be the next one to go, right?
Yeah.
Because the Cleveland. So if you like the Cleveland Indians, buy up all the crap you can because they're going to be changing the name after this year, I think.
Especially if you're a fan of the movie Major League.
No, Major League, which is one of the few good films.
Yeah.
Drugs. No, dude, you were here for drugs. Yeah, a little Ferris Bueller cameo. But I thought next in the crosshairs would probably be the Kansas City Chiefs, because although they don't have what I think could be called a racist mascot, because it's like just a little arrowhead, and they play at Arrowhead Stadium. I thought, well, for the name, they might get into some hot water, right? But I think, and don't quote me on this, because you shouldn't, but I think Kansas City pays a tribute to the local tribe as kind of a, hey, can we keep doing this? Be okay with this, you know?
Doesn't hurt to bribe the tribe.
When all else fails, Sean, what do?
Bribe
the tribe.
Give it a try.
Give it a try. Okay, well, I'm surprised that no glitch happened, at least with the video.
Still early.
Paid in full. So, get your quote ready. We will see you next time. Sean's got something to tell you. Tell him, Sean. While I scoot out of frame.
Have a good everything. When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go. What's that one?